Topic 4.3. We're going to graph these quadratics, and we're going to look for four parts. The first part will be the axial symmetry, then the vertex, the Y-intercept, and then the X-intercepts. So first, let's start here. By first finding the axis of symmetry. We find the axial symmetry in this general form by using x equals the opposite of b, this is b here, -4, all over 2 times a, this is a here, which is 2. Okay, this simplifies to x equals -1. So -1 is the axis of symmetry. So I'll put a vertical line here that represents x equals -1. Next, we want the vertex. We find the vertex by putting -1 into the function itself. So f of -1 would be 2 times -1 squared plus 4 times -1 minus 15. This will be -1 times -1, which is 1 times 2, which is 2. 4 times -1 is -4, and then -15. Okay. All this adds together to -17. So that's our vertex. -1, -17, which is down here. -1, -17. Okay, next. We want to find the Y-intercepts, or the Y-intercept. We find the Y-intercept by taking the function and inputting 0. So this would be 2 times 0 squared plus 4 times 0 minus 15. Okay, when we put this inside, we're going to get -15. So that's our Y-intercept, 0, -15. So it's right about here. Alright, lastly, we're going to find our X-intercepts. We find the X-intercepts by taking our function 2x squared plus 4x minus 15, setting that equal to 0, and then solving for x. I'm going to try factoring this quadratic. Let's say 2x times x. And for the 15, let's try 5 times 3. This will give us 5x in the middle, and also give us 6x on the outside. There's no if we change the signs or use different signs, there's no way this combination will give us a 4x. So I'm going to change it to 3 times 5. This will instead give us in the middle 3x, and on the outside it'll give us 10x. Let's see, make sure this is correct. It is. Okay, since there's no combination where we can change the signs to get the 4x, this cannot be solved by factoring. Instead, we'll have to use quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula will have x equal to the opposite of b, which would be -4, plus or minus the square root of b, which is 4, squared, minus 4, times a, which is 2, then times c, which is -15. C is -15, and all divided by 2 times a, which is 2. First, let's do our powers. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then -4 times 2 times -15 will be, let's see here, 3 times 4 is 12, so 120 all over 4. this combines to become a -4 plus or minus the square root of 136 all over 4. Now, the question is there a perfect square inside 136? Let's look. Let's see. 136, let's see. 4 can go into 13 3 times. And then 4 goes into 16 4 times. So that's 4 times 34. So we got a perfect square in there. 4 times 34. So we pull the 4 out, and we get -4 plus or minus 2 square root of 34. And everything's divided by 4, so we can split that up in 2 pieces. And we'll get 2 x-intercepts. One x-intercept will be -1 plus square root of 34 over 4, and the second one will be -1 minus the square root of 34 all over 2. My fault, all over 2. Okay, so let's draw in our parabola. And now we'll put in our x-intercepts. This x-intercept will be -1 minus square root of 34 all over 2, comma 0. This x-intercept will be -1 plus square root of 34 divided by 2, comma 0. Now we're going to graph 6. 6 is in standard form. And we're going to find the same parts. First, the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry in standard form is found by x equaling h. This is the opposite of h. The opposite of h is +1. That means h is -1. So that's our axis of symmetry. X is -1. So we'll put a dot here. X equals -1. Alright, then the vertex. The vertex we found by h and k. So the opposite of this is h. So -1, and k is going to be -15. Alright, so we have 1, -15, which is the point right here. -1, -15. Next will be the y-intercept. We find the y-intercept by making all the x's 0. So this will be 3 times 0 plus 1 to the second power minus 15. This becomes 1 squared, which is 1, and 1 times 1 is 3 minus 15, and this gives us -12. So 0, -12 is the y-intercept. So we'll find that right here. 0 and -12. And finally, we need our x-intercepts. Okay, we find our x-intercepts by setting the equation equal to 0 and then solving for x. I'll add 15 to both sides. That'll give us 3 times x plus 1 all squared equal to 15. Then I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. This gives us an x plus 1 all squared equal to 5. Now, to remove the square, I'm going to take the square root of both sides and add a plus and minus here. What we have now is x plus 1 equals plus or minus the square root of 5. From there, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, and we have 2 answers. X equals -1 plus the square root of 5, and we have x equals -1 minus the square root of 5. So I'm going to draw in my parabola and fill in my x-intercepts. So this right here will be -1 minus the square root of 5, comma 0. And this right here will be negative 1 plus the square root of 5, comma 0, with the x-intercept.